Hello everyone, Paul from High Tech Legion. And if you can see behind me, it's pretty cloudy and there's a chance of lightning. Preferably the MSI GTX 780 lightning. This is the most extreme card that MSI has to offer. It's got a price tag of about 750 bucks. But after I go through the unboxing and show you what this card can actually do, I know that a lot of you guys are going to want this. So let's just talk a little bit about it before I go ahead and bring it over to the bench. It's got 2034 CUDA cores. It is a 780. The base clock on this is 980 megahertz with a 1033 boost on it on the GPU boost. Memory, of course, the clock memory is 6008 and it has 3 gigs of onboard memory on it, right? It's a 384-bit memory bus and it's got a power consumption rating of 250 watts. What's really cool about this, I'll talk about this in a little while, but this actually changes colors based on something. But in any case, as you can see, it comes in a pretty big box over here. Not bad, nice looking box. It also has a nice looking box if you're kind of a collector, or if maybe, you know, after you pull the video card out and your wife needs something for her jewelry, you might even be able to use it for that. So let's go ahead over to the unboxing area, I guess you could call it, and take a look at the MSI Geforce GTX 780 Lightning. This is a big box, and of course, the big box houses the big card. But if we take a look at the box, of course, this is the Lightning version. It is OC certified. You can see the Lightning logo, which is the airplane on it. 780 Geforce GTX card. The bottom says no limits. The top has features. And let me move it a little bit farther over so you can see that. And of course on the back, let's go over a few things here. Triple force. What does triple force mean? Triple force basically means that you're going to get 3 ways of protection for the card. So you got triple level signals. Basically, the LED that says lightning is going to light up in 3 different ways. You're going to have green, you're going to have blue, and you're also going to have red. Now, what do they mean? Anything under 150 watts is going to be green. Anything from 150 to 210 is going to be blue, and when you're at anything over 210, it's going to turn to red. So the TDP on this card is actually 250 watts. So let's go ahead and we'll look down at the pure digital control PWM. This has a 20-phase power design. The GPU itself has 16 phases. And of course, you got the military class components. What are military class components? Well, you're getting the CopperMOS set. You're getting the high C caps. You're getting the new super ferrite chokes, and you're also getting the dark solid caps with it. This also comes with DrMOS 4. So you're getting a lot of protection with this card. All right. The other thing that you're going to have with this card is you're going to have super pipes. You're going to have 7 super pipes in this. They're 8mm super pipes, and you're going to get 7 of them on the heat sink. Airflow technology, of course, you're going to get the triple fans. The triple fans, they can be set automatically. You have 2 different fan controls with this. What does that mean? You can control the two 90mm fans, which are on the left and the right, and you could also control the center fan, which is an 80mm fan, on its own. So you do have a fan control program that comes with this inside the packaging on the disc. And then, of course, the dust technology. Basically what happens when you turn on the card, the fans will spin up in reverse for about 30 seconds to blow all the dust off of it. So if you haven't used your card in a little bit, it'll blow the dust off for you. Now, I'm going to get rid of this, and we're actually going to go and look at the box that's inside of this box. And if you can see this, it's a fairly nice box. It has two openings, of course, on the top, and I don't have the card in there, but this is where the card actually goes. And then on the bottom, you have a drawer. Now, if you remember what I was telling you, you could definitely use this for your wife after you don't put your card in there. She could put her jewelry in this thing. It's gigantic. It's got a drawer. It's got everything in it. So if we open the top, we're going to see that it has their certificate of quality and stability. Underneath that is our SLI bridge. These are our connections for our voltages. So you have connectors to monitor your voltages. You have 3 of them here, and I'll show you where these go when I actually show you the card. DVI to VGA. Of course, we have screws for a mount, and I'll show you what that goes with. And we also have 2 extensions from 6 to 8 pins for your PCIe. Now, this is a driver disc. Of course, this is not the actual driver disc. This is since this is a pre-production sample for us to review. Of course, we have this driver disc here. But you're also going to get underneath that comes with the quick user's guide. And then on this side, if you're going to be doing any type of LN2, you have an extra bracket for the back for extra stability and extra cooling for your MOSFETs. So there's a lot of nice accessories that come with the Lightning itself. I'm going to go ahead and put these back in here. Then we'll grab the card and we'll go over the card. Now, this card is pretty intense, so it might take a little bit for me to go over it, so bear with me as I grab everything that I need here. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we'll go ahead and put it this way for now. There we go. Now we're back in focus, right? All right. So, as I said, we have 1, 2, 3 fans. These 2 are 90mm. This is an 80mm fan. Now, you can control these 2 with 1 fan control, and this is on a separate fan control. Of course, GPU, your PWM, and your VRM. These are what they cover and what they're going to be cooling. Now, we talked about the actual heatsink itself. As you can see, the heatsink is nickel plated. Here is one of the heat pipes, the super pipes, again, 8mm. Now, if you could see this part here, this is actually a bracket. So you have 2 brackets here. You got a bracket in the back that has 8-point screws, so for rigidity and also better cooling. And you also have another plate up in the center that's in the front that covers your, of course, your PWM, etc., for extra cooling there and extra stability. It is PCIe 3.0. And if we go ahead and look at the front of it, you'll see we got 2 DVI ports, we got an HDMI port, and a display port. It is SLI capable. If we look at the back here, we can see where the heat pipes come out, the tips. We can also see our power points. Now, this has 3x3, this is 3x3 OC. What does that mean? 3x3 OC means that with the connectors, you can monitor your voltages for your GPU, your PWM, and also your PLL. And while you're doing that, you use Afterburner to monitor your voltages. So your GPU voltage, your PWM voltage, etc. So there's your 3x3 kit. Now, it also has twin BIOS. Up on the top here by the Lightning, and as I said, this turns to 3 different colors based on the amount of voltage you're using. There's a switch. What does twin BIOS do? Twin BIOS is going to set you between a regular BIOS and an overclocking BIOS. Now, what is that going to unlock? And I'm going to put this back here so I can talk to you about that a little bit. What that's going to do, what the twin BIOS is going to do, it's going to, for regular BIOS, you're going to get a 200 watt core power limit. You're going to get 240 amps current limit and a 250 watt TDP. And of course the factory OC, which is of course 980 and 1033 on the boost. Now I'm just going to brighten my screen up here a little bit because there is a lot here for me to talk about. Now, when you turn it to the LN2 switch, you're going to get a 900 watt core power limit, 800 amps of current limit, and the TDP, they haven't even told me, so I guess whatever the TDP is going to be is the TDP is going to be, as long as you don't burn out your card. So when you really look at it, this is geared for not only just using it as for gaming, but it's geared for overclocking itself. So let's go and look at something else that I thought was very interesting, and this is the GPU Reactor. Now, I'll remove this and we can see the GPU Reactor here. It's right there. What does GPU Reactor do? The GPU Reactor is an add-on device that is connected to the back of the card that gives you better overclocking stability. Okay, it's going to provide you with 300% higher power capacity. It's also going to eliminate any type of ripple. So, you know, when you're overclocking, you're going to get voltage ripple. So your waveform is going to go like this. Well, with this, you're going to get a straight line, so you're not going to get any type of voltage ripple. So, that's another great feature about the card. Other than that, can this card still overclock? I did have luck overclocking it, and of course, if you read the full review, you're going to see what it overclocked to, and you'll see a little bit more benchmarks than what I have here in this video unboxing. But all in all, this card has so many features. It has a ton of quality built into it. It's stable. It's nice and heavy. It's got the protection that you're going to need. Of course, as I said, you have an extra bracket, so when you're using the LN2, when you have this all off and you're using LN2, you slap that bracket on and you're going to be able to get even better protection on your MOSFETs and better cooling, etc. Also, what I forgot to point out is it does require 2 8-pin power connectors. So let's just go over a couple things. Again, 2304 CUDA cores, 980 on the base clock, 1033 on the boost. The memory clock, of course, is at 6 gigs. And your memory size, there's 3 gigs of memory in here, and it is 384 bits. You have military class components. You have triple 3x3 OC kit. You have the twin BIOS, 7 8mm super pipes. You have the dust control fans. It spins backwards for 30 seconds. You also have the GPU Reactor to eliminate any type of line noise or ripple. You have the CopperMOS sets, the high C caps, the super ferrite chokes, the dark solid caps, the 20-phase power design, DrMOS 4, and of course, you do have your triple protection for your voltage, where you're going to get green, blue, or red. So we'll go back over to my desk, and I'll give you my conclusion on it. You know, I normally don't get that enthused when it comes to looking at video cards or motherboards or anything really, as a matter of fact, but this card sure has a lot of options built onto it. It has a lot of different things you could do, especially with the guaranteed OC on it. You can water cool it. You have the extra back plate for it. Military class. I could go on and on and on. Also, performance-wise, it performs very well. You'll have no problems with multiple monitors. You'll have no problems playing at 25 by 16. It's going to tackle anything that you need, and it's going to overclock really nice. Other great feature is the triple fan control. Control each fan individually. Where could you do that? You've got your connectors to monitor your voltages, etc. You also have, you know, which I kind of like, the difference in the lighting depending on how many volts. So of course it's going to go from green to red to blue depending on the volts, the light, you know, the LED up on the top of the video card. Now, of course, it's got a $749 price tag on it, understandably, but it's well worth it. You get a lot of options with this card. There's a lot you can do with this card. Heck, I'm hoping to get another one so I could run it in SLI and see how it really performs, and maybe put 320 by 25 by 16 monitors up there and see if it'll handle it. But in any case, we're going to go ahead and give the MSI GeForce GTX 780 Lightning an Editor's Choice Award. It has one of the highest overclocks. And remember, some of its competitors don't even have what this has on it. Gigabyte doesn't even offer anything of this quality. Asus has yet to come out with their top edition to even compete with it. So you're really only looking at EVGA classified. And the EVGA classified, although it's a very good card, it still is missing some of the features that this has on it. The only difference between the two cards, as in, I guess you could say, speed-wise, is the EVGA is clocked a little bit higher than this card here. But when we go ahead and do our overclocking video, which I'll have up in the next couple days for you, we're going to show you how we got this up and overclocked it and see the change in performance when we did overclock it. Now, remember, you could adjust your voltages, you could adjust your memory. There's a lot of different tweaks you could do with this card that you might not be able to take advantage of with other cards. So, I will say this, my friends. Stay thirsty. We'll see you the next time. Remember, subscribe to the video, or not the video, but to the High Tech Legion YouTube channel. We've got over 1,000 videos uploaded, so if we haven't reviewed it, you might not have seen it. Remember to visit us at our website, which is www.hightechlegion.com. We also went to a new server, so it's a little bit quicker, it's a little bit more snappy. Went to a dedicated server, we're no longer on the VPS, so let's see how that works out. So just to give you a little bit more of a greater user experience with us. Of course, we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/HTL reviews. Also Twitter, twitter.com/High Tech Legion. And remember, High Tech is HITECH. Just so you know, don't spell high as an HIGH, it's HITECH. We'll see you the next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.